How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And first, let me just say this. The entire video is not going to be in this format. This is like a playful opening scene to gear up for the video topic discussion or whatever, whatnot. So, no, you're not going to be watching a tiny video within the video. It will expand to full screen. This is just where I just go through my little shtick of just my openings. Like, for instance, if you enjoy this, tech topic discussions type videos, smartphone reviews, then that should probably be the reason why you subscribe to my channel to get more of them. And if you enjoyed the video, to hit the like button because I would absolutely appreciate it. And it also helps me understand what types of videos you guys like from me and which ones you don't, right? Let's keep it clean. Anyways, Pixel 9a eSIM issue confirmed to be the reason why last year during its launch, it was delayed. Now, I went ahead with the assistance of a good friend of mine, and her name happens to be Gemini. I decided, because I wanted to make sure before filing a warranty claim to get my phone repaired, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't anything. So I was checking the baseband to make sure the baseband that's supposed to be in the modem for the Exynos 5300 was correct, and it is. So it's not a baseband issue, wiped the phone so many times, used the Google Pixel recovery tool, used their flash tool, multiple different variations of Android 16, and then updated to either the official software release or even the QPR betas, and still the eSIM does not work. Now, one thing I'll tell you guys, and I will confirm with you guys, is that like a week before, and I didn't think about it until I was really kind of, just kind of like going back over if I noticed anything weird about my Pixel 9a. And like a week and a half or 2 weeks before it happened, I started to notice that my Pixel 9a was warming up. Now, I didn't think too much of it because it does have a vapor cooling chamber. And so I was thinking, okay, you know what? Maybe it's just not really handling the heat as well as I would have hoped. But I didn't think nothing of it. Now, it didn't get warm majority of the, first year with the Pixel 9a. It's just only like a couple of weeks ago it started to happen. And so I was like, okay, you know what? It is what it is. And then it didn't overheat like that ever. After, I would say, maybe like a few days to almost a week later from the incident of where it got really hot. And then I started noticing, because I had visible service on there, and I would notice that the visible name on the top would disappear, and it would go to like emergency call only, and then it would show visible, then it would go back to emergency call only. And the network signal strength indicator would go in and out, right? It would show 3 bars, then it would show like the little cancellation icon, and then 3 bars, and it was just going in and out. So I thought there was a problem with the eSIM, and I went ahead and tried my best to erase the eSIM, and it wouldn't even let me erase it. It kept failing every time. I finally got it erased, went back into my Visible app, tried to install the eSIM. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it at all. It was just, whoa, it was done for. And then tried Mobile X, wouldn't take Mobile X. Tried to put Boost Mobile on it, wouldn't take Boost Mobile. I tried US Mobile, wouldn't take the US Mobile. Would download and install. So I was like, okay, crap, figured eSIM is dead. So I wanted to make sure again recently, just before I send it in to get repaired, is there anything that I can do to fix this? Maybe it is software. So I tried. And I do a lot of research before I try to execute something. So I will research and I will read from like 5 different sources to make sure at least all of them kind of align up with the same thing. And, in my time doing that, I decided to ask my good buddy Gemini, and this is what I got. So I'll put this in the description so you guys can read it for yourselves. But basically, in hindsight, I asked, Pixel 9a eUICC hardware fail. Got back reports from early 2026 indicate a critical hardware component quality issue that specifically affects the eUICC, or aka eSIM chip, in a small number of Google Pixel 9a devices. The hardware flaw was cited as a primary reason for the device's initial launch date. So now we got confirmation that, the hardware component quality issue that Google was tossing around, it was the eSIM. The eSIM was failing. And so they delayed it. They, I guess, worked on a lot of the ones that were known to be defective. And so, yeah, but one thing you got to understand about quality control is that while they did kind of, catch it in time before launch and delayed the launch to make sure that the phone would work properly, there were still a couple of hundred units that were going to get out that were going to have this problem. And maybe they didn't show signs of possibly having this problem, but it still was going to be a problem. So, like I said, you guys can read a lot of what Gemini had to say on the topic from information that she was able to pull from the Webernet. But there's just outline tells you what it is and how to handle it and whatnot. So I'll put this in the description. Go in the description to read it if you guys want to read it at your own leisure. But anyways, yeah. So I get not everything's going to be perfect. There's no such thing as a company that has a perfect launch of a device. There's always going to be a few that's defective. And while Google did catch this as a major issue to fix before actual launch, it doesn't mean that they caught all of them or could have prevented any rogue ones from leaving and getting out there into the hands of the public. And I happen to be one that has one. Now, I've been watching my wife's phone closely because she has the Pixel 9a. And I don't know, most people that I've seen nowadays that's posting about their eSIM failing all have the Iris model. So I don't know I mean, I really don't know. I'm not gonna say that it's specific to the Iris model, but a lot of them have the Iris model. So I just been telling my wife, if you feel your phone's getting too hot, too warm, or whatever, let me know. Because she uses eSIM on her phone. She doesn't have a physical SIM on her. So she has US Mobile, she has eSIM on her Pixel 9a, and then she has Visible on her Pixel 8a. So but we're watching it closely because the warranty will end soon for her too as well. I believe hers ends in April. So if there's any like issues with it, then yeah, we need to get that fixed. Could this be something where like if more Pixel 9a surface and people complain about it, will Google do like free replacements even if the warranty has run out on them? Probably, right? Like they don't want a lawsuit, but we're not at that point right now. And again, it's a small number of Pixel 9a, so likely chances your Pixel 9a is not going to be affected by this problem. But I can tell you guys that mine's is. And so I am taking it next week to eUICC, which is owned by Assurion now, and they are authorized Google Pixel, repair stores. So they're gonna go ahead and take my phone, and I want them to fix it. I don't want a replacement because I don't want a god awful, refurbished, pawned on me phone. I want my phone, my original phone. I know that this will kind of negate the water resistance because they're gonna open it up. And you know what? That's fine. I don't dunk my phone in water, but ultimately, I just want them to repair my phone and give me back my phone and not give me a replacement phone. So that's just me. But what about you guys? Are any of you guys experiencing the same issue? Are you noticing that your Pixel 9a is heating up hotter than usual? Drop a comment, let me know. And once my phone is fixed, I'll tell you guys how that process went and what happened to give you guys an update on how that turned out to be. So thanks for checking out this video. Again, hit the like button, and I will talk to you guys in another video in the future. Allah.